Welcome to the edition of Motivational Money. And today, the topic is finding yourself. You got to realize something. Before you find yourself, right, you got to find out what version has been showing up in your life to your friends, your family, your coworkers, and whoever else. Let me just put it out there real quick. Imagine right now, I want you to really think about this. Imagine right now that somebody took your phone and invited everybody in your contacts to a party. All you know, you was going to a party, you ain't know what it was, and you show up, and everybody in your phone shows up. My question to you, how will you respond and react when you see all of the different groups that you socialize with at this party? Now, I get it. There's some people that are super cool, calm, and collective and just flow with the flow, and that's cool. I like that. But there's a lot of people out there that would have a real big issue with that is because you show up for your friends a certain way, you show up for your kids a certain way, you show up for your family a certain way, you show up for your brothers, your siblings a certain way, you show up for your coworkers, the people you go to the bar with, the gym, and all of that. This is the issue here, people. When do you realize that all of these hats that you are holding are very unnecessary, very time consuming, it keeps you in a small vibration. You know, some of the most successful people I've seen in my life, they are who they are. And they are comfortable with that. You got to be comfortable in your skin. So you got to start taking off the hats that you placed on yourself through trauma, placed on yourself through your environment, placed on yourself through your family, friends, whatever it is. So how do you do that? Well, I got 5 ways that you can start tapping in to figure this out. And I took notes, right? Because I usually just blow this down, but I want you to really get this. First of all, sit in silence, right? Sit in silence. What I mean by that is take your butt somewhere and sit down and just chill. No Netflix, no social media, no nothing. Burn an incense if you want to and just chill. Why? It's because you're going to start to realize that there are things that are running in the background that you might want to try to figure out what's going on. The second thing is write down your dialogue. I'm very big on writing stuff down, right? Even though I got dyslexia, I still write my stuff down the best way I can. Why? It's because we have so much stuff going on, we might not remember all of the dialogues with all of these hats that we are dealing with. So write it down. What's the next one? The next one is track your alone habits. Well, now, this is a little bit different. What do you do when you by yourself? Do you read a book? Do you listen to music? Do you watch, some TV? Track those habits down because they're going to tell you more about yourself. All right, let me see. Number 4, which I think is a big one. Facing your fears. I'm going to tell you right now, majority of people don't like to sit and be still, be quiet, because eventually some of those negative things that you've been trying not to deal with are going to pop up and you want to run away from them. Face your fears, baby. Because as soon as you face your fears, I'm telling you right now, life is going to open up for you in an amazing, amazing way. And last but not least, 5, stop performing. Just take the daggone hats off, man. You are great just who you are. If you get rid of all of the hats that you've been putting on for your last 20-something years of your life, 30, 40 years of your life, life is going to open up. Life is going to be great for you. I'll give you an example about me. In the beginning, before I had kids, I was a very, very quiet, laid-back individual. And I'm talking about when I was not around people, right? So I was the type of person, when I'm around people, I'm loud, but when I'm by myself, I was always chilling. So I had to figure things out, like, okay, so why am I like this in the streets, but at home I'm like this? Well, what it was I didn't know how to interact with people the right way. So the obnoxious, loud version of me, that made me feel better. But then when people came around me, it's like, yo, you mad laid back and chill. And so I was like, okay, I started realizing, like, okay, that's not me in the real world. This is me over here when nobody's around. So let me integrate that into who I am. Now, granted, during my personal development journey, I've learned that I like to be loud. I like to not really be seen, but I like to let my voice be heard when it's time for it. So I came with a balance where I'm cool, calm, collective, and I can still do what I gotta do. So here we go. This is what I want y'all to do, ladies and gentlemen. Take back your life. Take off the hats. Face your fears. Sit in quiet. Understand what's going on in your life was repeating on a regular basis in different groups, and start focusing on who you truly are. And who you truly are is when nobody's around. And when nobody's around, the things that you do, the things that you say, that's you. And if you like that version and you're afraid to bring it to the real world, listen, do it anyway. Because what happens is that less conversations about how to show up versus just being. I'm always going to show up in the version that I am most comfortable with because I created that version. You can create anything you want, and even a personality, a temperament, a mindset, or whatever it is. But what you have to give up is all of those hats from your previous encounters with all of the entire world, and step into your greatness and let your true personality create your personal reality based off of what you are comfortable and what you like. Until next time, Motivational Mondays. Peace.